as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. It's all about clout. I respect you as a reactor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you happen to watch this. Good morning, guys. It's morning when I'm recording now. Happy Monday. Guys, Mr. Cryer put up a video last night. Mr. Cryer wanted everyone to know that Erica did not tell a lie and that Erica needed to be a little bit exonerated because Erica is being trashed right now by her third baby father, Mr. Racon, aka Mr. Ricardo, Mr. Mucker, and his wifey fiance by the name of Latoya, Mrs. Mucker, Creolebea. Okay. And these two really are an interesting couple, Mucker and Ms. Manuel. They're a very interesting couple. But yeah, Creolebea and the Mucker family, we'll just call them their YouTube names, are a very interesting couple. And we're getting ready to find out why. Mr. Cryer basically dropped the tea yesterday that these two have really been up to it. And so it seems, honestly, Latoya, you're not really looking good. And Mucker, it just confirms what we kind of already know about you, is that you are a sit back under the shade tree type dude and go ahead and let these women fight over you. Why, I don't know, but okay. That's just what it seems like. I mean, it just is crazy that you have a whole baby out here and you're not saying anything. You're just letting all of these other women do the heavy lift, and you are sitting out here looking just looking like it's just a little bit strange. And you have not stood up to defend yourself, defend your relationship, defend your fiance, defend your position, anything. And Latoya has been out here doing the absolute most. She came out with a video. She insulted your baby mom. And look, did Erica call her a bitch and a hoe? Absolutely. So does Latoya have a right to defend herself? But at a certain point, you have to look above and beyond things. And Latoya, having had experience, having 2 children, having a child under a very strange set of circumstances and getting busted by your husband for the paternity, and basically your husband not being the father of your second child, you should be a little more understanding of this type of situation, and et cetera, et cetera. We're not going to go through your whole entire situation because Mr. Cryer's getting ready to do that. So we're going to leave that up to him. But let's go ahead and listen and talk about this. But guys, last week, Latoya and Racon put up a video that kind of kicked this down the road of pissing Erica off and them trying to showboat a little bit. And, you know, of course, they say they weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't playing. They weren't trying to get anybody's attention, but you did. And it also came out that Latoya is very salty about Mrs. Mucker, Mama Mucker, taking Erica out and taking and buying things for the baby with her daughter. and other family members, and it appears that Latoya is very salty, and she came to the internet with some choice words for his new baby mom and the mother of his son. Yeah, Creolebea is not happy, and she had some things to say, and it's lady, you're showing yourself in not a positive way. And just because someone's doing something doesn't mean you have to do the same thing too. Or is it just an opportunity for you and Mucker to act silly and go ahead and get your numbers up? I mean, do you guys really care or not care? But at the end of the day, there's a whole baby in the midst that you are throwing up under the bus, and you guys should be a little bit more mindful of that. But yeah, Mr. Cryer did a whole video, and he's calling some things out, and he is trying to make it make sense and setting the record straight. So let's go ahead and just jump right on into this, because he is going to add some information that we did not know, and like I said, make it make sense so that we can really understand what has been going on here. So let's go ahead and hear from Mr. Cryer. You go right on ahead, sir. Do we need to? We'll just, okay, here we go. Let me just run that back. Okay, let's go.
You was in communication with this man while me and you were together. But while we were together, I remember laying back with you, watching some of their videos, and you was dogging the dude out.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I think, what's going to come out is that Latoya has been very strategic about trying to stake her claim in one of these two men, and they just happen to both be men that Erica has dated. So it's making Erica feel a way, rightfully so. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into what Mr. Cryer is saying.
Video. If you have not subscribed to the Cryer family, all you gotta do is turn that bell on to be subscribed to the channel. Also, I will
okay, we're here, sir. We're here.
To my reaction channel in the description box.
He's got a reaction channel, guys. He wants us to know. So he's getting ready to start talking about this situation. Let's go.
I just want to say that I apologize, man, because I said I wasn't gonna do this stuff no more, man. I said I wasn't gonna do this stuff no more. I said I was gonna walk away from the negative stuff, man. To me, sometimes we do say not so nice things about each other and to each other. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect relationship, because if it, we've been dealing with each other for almost 3 years. Man.
So he's talking about LuvdByErica.
Ups and downs off the internet. You can't help who you love, man. Erica, she's family to me. She's family to me. Her and the kids, they are family to me. Sometimes we do say not so nice things about each other and to each other. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect relationship, because if it was, I mean, please tell me who it is. Tell me who has a perfect relationship, who don't argue, who don't spaz out, who don't get angry, who don't have disagreements. People judge us because we put our life on the internet. We can't judge them because their life is not on the internet. They're just the people that's watching, and they have a right to give their opinion about what we put on the internet, because we're the ones who put it on the internet. And I'm one of the ones who get mad too sometimes when I say stuff, and I get mad because people talk about it. But at the end of the day, I know that it's right. So once again, apologizing to my son's mom, LuvdByErica. We're gonna get into this video today, guys. I said that I wasn't going to get, I stepped back. I want to go back to my live video that I talked about. I made promises to Erica, and I guess after me seeing the little baby, I was.
So this is him. I'm not going to say backtracking, but this is him trying to explain, number one, why is he doing this video? Because he said he wasn't going to do it anymore. Number two, why I talk trash about Erica, and now I'm getting on here to defend her. And I thought low key when he did the mukbang a couple days ago, he was trying to kind of soften the blow of, I know I talk shit about her, but I just want to thank her, and I was mad, and all of those things. So I get it. But so this is the intro, guys, basically, but he's getting ready to get to the good stuff. So I might try to just advance a little bit
between me and her and stuff like that. And yeah, we did meet up at Walmart, and I apologized to her profusely. I told her I love you. Sorry for everything I said to you. I should never hurt you like that. And I let her know that everything that I did for the last 7 months, it wasn't just about clicks and views. I get my own clicks and views. And I let her know that I didn't use her for videos or nothing like that. And I expressed to her how much that I truly do still care about her. And I expressed profusely how much I regret my behavior as far as coming to the internet like that. And right to this day, I still regret. Taking the video down doesn't change the pain that I probably caused, that I know that I caused. I know, like I said, people hold me to a higher standard, and I should be holding myself to a higher standard, instead of, because one of the things I said is I would never come at any of my kids' moms on the internet. But me coming at my son's mom, Erica, like that on the internet, I guess it made other people feel comfortable to do the same or to contact me personally, because maybe they feel like, this was it this time. This was it this time. So I stand in my own fault. I have regrets every day about what I did. But anyway, even though I have my regrets about what I did, I don't think.
So he's alluding to the fact that because he really trashed Erica this last time, and we all saw it, that it opened the door for Creolebea to reach out to think, oh, okay, maybe now's the time for me to kind of seal the deal in trying to kind of get everyone against Erica. And I'm not saying that that's what she did per se, but that's the impression. And that is also what Mr. Cryer is alluding to at this moment, that maybe what he did open that door. So let's continue.
I think it gives other people the right to try to, come around now, since they think that, me and her are completely, not in communication with each other. Yes, I did go several weeks, maybe even 3-4 weeks without even seeing Deanna, because I know Erica was upset at me, and I was upset because I didn't see my son and blah, 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 blah. But I think some people took that and kind of ran with it. And I guess that circus on the internet like that, some people were, from what I was told, probably was like this in the background.
Applauding, low-key happy, like, ha ha ha.
This in the background, it's not even that. We talk every day, we communicate, and all that good stuff. So yesterday, again, a lot of stuff happened on the internet. I wasn't really aware of a lot of stuff that was going on because yesterday I decided to take a break from the internet, except when I uploaded the firework video with me with the Prince family, and we did a little fireworks show on the 4th of July. And so I had released that video late yesterday evening. But other than that, I had refused to really watch the internet yesterday. But today was a different day, because on Sunday, I normally watch television and I normally click on the internet because I too want to be entertained. And so some things came across my attention that I didn't really feel comfortable with, because, everything is not a lie, man. Everything that Erica said was not a lie. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I don't think anything.
This is what I'm going to do, because this is a very long video. It's over 40 minutes. Let's get to the good part. I'm going to get into somewhere around here. Let's see.
I'm not recording you. So I said, so what's going on?
So
that was a couple of days after matter of fact, that might have been the day after the live, after I had live, because I had the live down the same day. So it was either the same day, no, it was the next day or 2 days later.
So I think he's talking about
Mr. M's old lady on the phone. To my surprise.
Okay, so he's talking about right after Erica and Damien fell out, right before 4th of July weekend. What happened right after that? And that basically the phone is like, bring, and here goes Creolebea reaching out.
I'm like, yo, what's up? What's going on? She let me know that she had seen the little show on the internet. And,
little show, like, as in him and Erica going back and forth.
This and that, blah, blah, blah. So while the conversation was going on, she said, can you FaceTime me so I can make sure that you're not reporting me? I said, what? She said, can you FaceTime me so I can know that you're not recording me? I said, okay, cool. We hung the phone up. I FaceTimed her. Showed my phone in my little area. I said, I'm not recording you. I'm not recording you. So I said, so what's going on? She first let me know, hey, I apologize to you for the way, no, she said, thank you for helping me get my name out there, basically, so I can reach more people and give them inspiration. I said, no problem, whatever. I expressed to her that I feel some type of way. Now, this is us on the phone talking. I said, I feel some type of way because you went online showing people your phone talking about, I didn't buy that furniture for you, when I bought the furniture for you. And she did apologize to me for that. So at this time, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. I'm still trying to figure out, like, why are we talking? Now, for those of you who want to know, well, how did she get your phone number? Well, if you guys remember, me and her was together when I changed my phone number. We were still together when I changed my phone number. I did a video with her showing you guys proof that somebody had got my number and had been calling my phone 5, 10, 15 times a day, playing on my phone. So, and that was the time where this wet something chick was going on, saying she was pregnant by me, and I had to change my number.
So yeah, so he's talking about right before he and Creolebea broke up, he changed his number. A lot of stuff had gone down with Erica. And what we're going to hear, and I almost feel like I should just advance this. If you want to watch this in its entirety, definitely be my guest. But I'm going to start right around here at the 20-minute mark because, like I said, this is a very long video, but he gets to the meat of it. At the end of the day, this is what I'm going to lead up with. Creolebea is not looking good in this situation. I mean, no one looks good in this situation because it's extremely messy. And we've been talking about this for a long time. And with the baby coming, we knew this was going to be a hot mess. But what it really sounds like is that Creolebea, when Creolebea had a thing for Erica since probably the beginning, when this woman met Damian Cryer, and I'm talking about Latoya, met Damian Cryer, and she was being the supportive girlfriend, aka in the wings, waiting and to work on her brand called Creolebea, that basically came out the day after and video ready. The day after she and Mr. Mucker broke up, even though she said she wasn't gonna have a channel, or what didn't have a channel, thinking about a channel, nothing a channel, and comes out with a channel. Big deal. Okay, so she did that, fine. Go for it. Anywho, at the end of the day, this woman was kind of really needling at Erica for a minute. Number one, while she was with Mr. Cryer, she was reaching out to Rakan Mucker and trashing Erica behind her back, dropping little Easter eggs, like trying to make Rakan think that there was something going on with Erica and Mr. Cryer to kind of break up their relationship. This is what led to a lot of distrust with Mucker. Now, behind the scenes, Latoya is reaching out to Mr. Cryer, trying to needle away at the relationship of the parental relationship between these new parents. So it seems as though, Latoya, you're getting called out for doing the same thing 2 times to the one same person. And everybody can't be lying, sis. Because some of the stuff that she said happened has happened. So Erica is not all crazy, and you are not all innocent over here. And both of y'all into some mess. Now, is Erica 100% innocent? No. Now, has she started anything? Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like Latoya has been coming for her the whole time. And maybe she didn't initially mean to come for Damian. It just happened. But then when you chose to get involved behind the scenes in her relationship with Mucker and then go for Mucker and now come for her again, it is not really looking very good, Latoya. And Erica, honestly, look, everybody in this situation is not without some cause here, okay? But let's start around here because honestly,
so
there's a lot.
While we were on the phone talking,
there's a lot of
I
information
that she was hurt and distraught. Something was bothering her. So I said, so what's going on? And she expressed to me that she had called the wedding off. She called the wedding off.
So and why would he lie?
Now, some of you might say that.
So Creolebea and Mucker called the wedding off?
It's true though, bro. It's what was said to me. She said, but don't say anything about it. Now, of course, I did tell Erica because it was like we already was beefing, man, online. So it was like, I don't want to be hiding stuff from her. I don't want to sit there and just be lying to her because I'm around Erica a lot. I'm around her a whole lot, and I'm around her and the kids. So it was like, I'm not gonna sit there and lie to her. And we're gonna get to that point in a minute. So the call was very brief. It was very short. It wasn't a very long call, you know, and, you know, I just, you know, like, I just wished her the best, you know, and I was literally.
Why do you think Creolebea wanted Crier to know?
She kind of went on and was like, you know, was just saying that Erica had, you know, sent text.
Do you think that she lied and said the wedding was off to see what he would say? Like, oh, okay, then let's do the damn thing. Do you want to get back together to try to catch him out there? Or do you think that that was actually really real? You know, because, I mean, it just seems like Creolebea, girl, you don't have to keep a man by playing so many games, sis. So I'm just wondering, was that a setup for the okie doke for Crier to see how he felt? Was he going to want to jump back on things or what? Because that's, you know, if they are truly Mucker and you're the only one who really knows this, are, you know, I mean, look, let me tell you something, Mucker. You know that this woman is player. She was married and had a whole baby on her husband. Okay. So if you don't know that she's player, you don't know that she got you walking around looking silly with a wedding ring on and you're not even married to this chick.
Text messages or whatever to Mr. R, Mr. M, and
he keeps saying Mr. R, Mr. M, but he means Mr. Rakan or Mr. Mucker.
About the meetup or whatever the case is, and I was basically explaining to her, well, you know, this needs to happen because he needs to see his baby. And so anyway, guys, to make a long story short, so we can get to the current. We just hung up. That was that. We hung up. We never really talked again until days later. So let's get to the messages. So like a few days, I'm gonna say 2 days went by. 2 days went by. Now, I forgot to reblock the number. Normally I would have reblocked it, but this was honest truth. I didn't reblock the number because I forgot to reblock the number. So Wednesday, July 6th at 7:12 p.m. It says, now this is from his woman's phone.
Creolebea.
Hey, sorry to reach out, but I would like to have a conversation about you and Mr. R. Are you free to talk? ? My response, and as you guys can see it, my response says, if he is in on the conversation, then yes. I don't want to go behind his back and have a conversation without him present. Next message she sent, he's right here. I said, that's fine, I'm free.
Look at Mr. Crier trying to post receipts, okay?
And that's when we jump on a phone. We jump on a phone call. Okay, let me get back to the video so I can. Okay.
Mr. Crier trying to post some receipts, y'all.
We were on the phone for a good minute or so, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I told Erica that we was on the phone for maybe 7 to 8 minutes. We could have been on the phone for maybe 10, 15. I don't know if they reported me. I can't remember. Okay, they called me. I missed the call, so they called me back, and boom, we had a conversation. Mr. M pretty much apologized to me. I accepted his apology, and I apologized to him as well. We both had talked about, you know, especially him, you know, we don't want to meet up and pick up our kids together, you know, pick up our kids and meet up at the same time and have bad blood. So I thought it was a good thing that the beef was squashed because I would like to pull up and see my son and not worry about getting, you know, something started or whatever. And I'm sure he probably wants the same. So basically we squashed our beef on the phone in the conversation or whatever. And basically, you know, she was in the background talking or whatever, you know, kind of rooting us on or whatever the case was. And, you know, it was kind of like an awkward situation for me, you know, but he had suggested that maybe we meet up at a park and do a handshake or whatever.
These two are weird.
Let me think about it. But then I also was thinking like, you know, I'm not going to hurt Erica. And I said that to them. So if they recorded the conversation, then you guys will hear me say that in the recorded conversation if they have it recorded. I did say that I'm not going to do anything to hurt Erica. And so he also expressed, you know, maybe we can go to a nice restaurant afterwards or whatever. I was like, I'll get back with you on it. You know, I didn't exactly say no in them context of, no, I'm not doing it. But I basically just told them, let me think about it. I don't know if this would be a good idea because the last thing I'm trying to do
it's weird. It's like, what are y'all trying to do?
BS right now.
Y'all want to be friends now?
Basically, we did have a conversation. There was some other things discussed in the conversation. Like I said, it wasn't a very, very, very long conversation. Oh, I also told him on the phone, I said, I'm not going to bash her or nothing.
I mean, the weird thing is that you're trying to take Crier out to dinner, but why don't you work on a co-parenting relationship with the woman that you actually have a baby with? Why are you trying to create a relationship with this man? Like, that's the weird thing to me, is that you guys are working harder on creating a relationship with Damian Crier than you're actually working on trying to create a relationship with your baby mama. That's weird. You're calling to take Damian Crier out for dinner for what? Why? That's what I would like to know. That's weird. That is weird. Okay? That is kind of strange, y'all.
I said, you know, I was basically trying to push Mr. M to the direction of, you know, man, you got a beautiful son. As a matter of fact, that's how the conversation started off, actually. I was like, hey, by the way, I know that you're waiting on other things to come. I said, but congratulations on your beautiful son. He's a handsome little fella. And I basically asked him, and I just came right out. I said, hey, I want to ask you a question. You know, I said, you don't have to answer this question. I said, but I'm the type of person, I asked a lot of questions because I want to know the answer to him. I said, so where you at with all this? And then I said, you don't have to answer the question if you don't want to. And he'll tell you what I said. I said, you don't have to answer the question if you don't want to. I said, where you at with everything? He basically was just like, he's gonna get his DNA test and do his thing. And, I guess when the results come, I guess. I was basically letting him know, you should still be there no matter what. Right now, you should still be there. And I also expressed to him, and I don't want to say it sound too nasty at the time, but I was basically like leaning towards the fact that your girl convinced you that me and Erica was messing around the whole time when we wasn't messing around that one time, and that put the taste in his mouth that me and Erica was messing around. But now that the reality of the baby is here, it's proof that me and Erica wasn't messing around. So basically the conversation ended. I basically told them, listen, I'm not mad.
So are you hearing this? Latoya created a situation when Erica and Rakan were together to make Rakan start to doubt Erica. And obviously, if Rakan was cheating with Janelle, see, this is the weird thing to me. Latoya, what made you think that Rakan was some sort of prize that you could clean up? The man was dating Erica. He was dating Janelle and talking to you about everybody behind the scenes. And you're feeding it to Mr. Crier. You are messy. You cheated in a marriage and had a whole son behind your husband's back. And then you're sitting up here with Mr. Crier needling and fucking with Erica's relationship. That's why Erica can't stand you. And that's why people are calling you out for being sneaky and shady. And then you show up on the internet talking about, hi, my babies. Hi, my babies. Hello. God bless you this morning. What's happened to all your motivational messages in morning? It looks like you're giving bad bitch every single time I see you on the internet. I haven't seen you do your motivational prayer stuff in a minute. You have been with the shits, what's your name, Latoya? And I'm for real.
And about nothing, so we did have a conversation. But let's go back to this message. Real quick. I want to reiterate this for you guys so there's no confusion. Let's go back to when she texted me. Hey, sorry to reach out, but I would like to have a conversation about you and Mr. R. Are you free to talk? When I got the message, it kind of put me in a position where I'm like, wait a minute. The way that she sent the message to me was as if me and her hadn't already had a previous conversation. And so when I got the message, I'm thinking, maybe he don't know about the conversation that me and her had because we had talked like a couple of days earlier. So that's what I didn't understand. So yes, me and her did talk. We did talk. We talked. We had a conversation. That's how I knew. I mean, how did I know that Erica was with him and his family?
So listen to this. The conversation that they had, he didn't even go into the whole detail, and you can go watch this whole thing. Latoya is the one who told Damian that Erica was over there shopping with the muckers. Okay? Latoya dropped the tea to Mr. Cryer that she was over there to Burlington Coat Factory with the mucker fam. Okay? That's Latoya who dropped that news. So when Damien got mad after getting off the phone and said, I don't like how you're moving, I'm not signing the birth certificate. How do you think that happened? Why do you think that happened? This one right here. Creolebea, let me tell you something, honey. You don't have to manage everybody in a relationship. You definitely managing this one through trying to manage that his sausage, okay? But you coming through and fucking with Erica, girl, it's all coming out. It's all coming out. So I would love to hear what you have to say because Rakan's baby is here. And you trying to manage everyone and trying to secure the bag, girl, you better secure yourself, sis, because you're going to look really, really bad when Rakan wakes up from the haze. Now, Erica saying that he was pussy whipped. Now, was that a nice thing to say? No, and no man wants to be called that. But at the end of the day, he very well may be. Because you are trying to control everything, including him, and you can't, sis. You can only control yourself. And you didn't do a good job of that this weekend because you went ham. And you showed yourself to not be calm, cool, and collected. But what you're trying to do is manage everybody. And sis, you can't. You can only manage yourself. And if you can't master that, girl, you gonna find yourself by yourself, okay? You gonna find yourself by yourself because no man wants to be manipulated into submission. He is gonna give you that when he's ready. But you trying to play Rakan for a fool against his son, and now all of this sloppy back work that you're doing, sis, you looking real sus out here. And I don't think you were planning on Mr. Cryer coming through to talk that real. And at the end of the day, the muckers fuck with Erica. They do. Because that's their blood. And until you have a baby for mucker, I don't know if that's going to make you feel like you're on equal footing. I don't think you have to have a baby with mucker. But you might, because you clearly are thinking very simple and short term rather than thinking like a real wife. But had you been a real wife, you would know what a real wife is. And while you were a wife to this man, you were out catting around because he put word on the street on you that it was alleged that you were cheating the whole entire relationship, sis. Okay? And honestly, I'm going to say I can believe that because you appear to be quite calculating and manipulative. And this is what we're hearing Mr. Cryer talk about at this moment. So let's continue.
How did I know that Erica was around his mom and aunties and them? How did I possibly know that?
Because Latoya told you.
Called me and told me previously.
Yeah,
so
Erica didn't tell him. That's why he got mad.
Very, very clear. I don't know if she told him that she had spoke with me prior or not, but we had spoke prior to that. We had spoke prior. I mean, I'm not lying. I got the messages. It's just crazy, man, the stuff that's going on. So I'm gonna play a little bit more of this video. I'm gonna give you guys my whole thought on this whole thing right here, man. Because like she said some things in this video, man, that I didn't really like, man. Like talking about like I got, you know, my kids got more than yours, man, and all this and that. One thing about me, man, I don't like nobody coming for my children, man. That's just out the question, man. Like, bro, I'm shutting that shit down. That's out the question. Don't come for me. Like, don't come for my kids, man. Like, dog me out all you want. Say whatever you gotta say about me. My weak spot is my children, man.
You won. So me reaching out and trying to have Rakan and Damien, you know, get rid of all of this beef, something that you caused once again, because once again, you was going back telling Rakan that Damien wanted to do this to you. You was running back telling Damien, oh, Rakan wanted to do this to you.
Wait a minute now. Wait. I gotta have Erica back on this 100%, man. Listen. You know, she's not the reason why this all started. You know this. She didn't start this. If you remember, you were reaching out to that man. You were reaching out to that man, telling him stuff. It was pictures sent to my phone from Erica while me and you was together. Erica sent me a picture, an innocent picture of my son. It was an innocent picture. It was just a picture of my son sitting in his baby stroller. He had fell asleep like this in his baby stroller. That's it. There was no caption. There was no LOL. There was no, hey, Damien, this is for you. It was an innocent picture. That picture, that same night that I received it, I was with her. The same night I received the picture, I showed her, I said, oh, she's a picture of the baby. That same exact night, that picture was sent to Mr. M's phone. So there was already communication going on.
So Erica was with Mucker, right? They're dating. She sends a picture of Dion, like a cute, like, okay, let me send a picture to the dad moment. Okay. Any of you single moms out here or single dads, a cute moment happens and you want to share it with your co-parent. That's what Erica did. Creolebea got pissed. She'd already been communicating with Mucker. She gets mad because Erica sends a cute baby photo to her boyfriend, who is this guy. That's when Creolebea was with Erica's second baby dad, because she's already dropping tea and trying to fuck the relationship with Mucker. She sends a picture basically like, oh, Erica's sending pictures to Damien. Erica can send a picture to Damien. That's his son. That doesn't mean anything. But what she was trying to do was to drive the communication that there was something going on, okay? To create some sort of cheating untrust. And to a man who's a cheater, do you think it's out of the realm of possibility that he would cheat? We know that Rakon's a cheater because he was seeing Janelle the whole time. Remember, Janelle came to the house when Erica was in the bed. So why wouldn't he believe that Erica could cheat? He cheat. And he's talking to Creolebea behind the scenes. Okay. And we know Creolebea will cheat because she cheated on her husband and made a baby, her son. Okay.
With you guys before this, how can you sit there and say that she started all this stuff when you were right there, right in the mix of all of it? That's what I don't understand, man. You was right there. How can you even say out your own mouth that she's the reason all this stuff started? She's not the reason why this stuff started. You know she's not the reason this stuff all started. You were the one that was sending this man stuff messages. You were the one who was in communication with this man. Come on now. Come on. I don't believe Erica was the one who started all this stuff. I believe that Erica got pregnant because she cared for this man and they wanted to start a family together. And they planned to start a family together. She got pregnant and it didn't work out. So they broke up, just like most couples do when things don't go well or things go wrong, they break up. But I don't think Erica actually started this stuff. I mean, there was stuff going on behind her back, but you're the one who was actually in communication with this man the whole entire time. Like, come on now. How that look? She's pregnant by this man. You know she's pregnant. And then you go behind her back and then get with the guy that she's pregnant by.
Period.
But then you convince him that the baby is probably Damien. They was messing around the whole time. Who really started this stuff? That's why I told you should have never got involved in this situation. Because it's going to get bad and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Yes, I did tell him on the phone. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I told him on the phone, we got to talk about child support. I've got to tell you guys that part. We talked about child support, this and that, right? We talked about child support. I said, if you do right by her, she don't care about that child support. Just do right by the child, man. She ain't gonna take you to court. This woman right here in the video, she's the one who helped me put myself on child support. Erica didn't put me on child support. She might have said something in the video, but she didn't put me on child support. She helped put me on child support. She helped me put myself on child support. You know what? Right to this day, Erica don't even want it. Just take care of your son. Just help me with your son. That's it. She squashed the whole case, bro. She squashed the whole case. Erica squashed the whole case. She said, just do right by your son. That's it. That's all I want, is you to do right by your son. That's it. And that's what I told him on the phone. I said, she ain't the type that's gonna run downtown if you're doing right by your
So
son.
you're saying Latoya?
You know? I said
is that what he said?
Into the court. This woman right here in the video, she's the one who helped me put myself on child support.
Latoya, you got to mind your business, sis. I didn't even hear that. Because I was like, why would Erica put him on child support, take him off child support? So, Latoya, you're the one who wants to run everyone down to the courthouse and get put on child support? That's you? That's you and you're doing? Putting people on child support? So this is you. You just want to make it official, make it standard, all of those things. Why don't you work on your relationship with Mr. Real Deal? Like, you know so much about working with all these daddies. Why don't you work with this man right here and get your kids together? Okay? Instead of running around trying to make this man the daddy for your children, why don't you make the known daddy the daddy to the children, ma'am? Why don't you work on that instead of messing with this lady and her baby father? Okay? Okay? Why don't you do that? Why don't you and her other baby father? Okay? Girl, you are out here doing the most. This is really sad. Because, you know, at the end of the day, girl, you looking real sus out here. Looking real sus, silly, and stupid. And very, very thirsty. That's why you were out here doing these thirsty videos, thirsty flexing on Erica, because you feel like she's flexing on you with the baby because she got the muckers running around doing stuff. But girl, you are doing the most out here. You are really doing the most. So you are working, you are trying to get everybody on the books with the court system with these babies so you can feel like you have, you know, you're starting to build cases. Girl, you need to just go ahead and stop it, okay?
Erica didn't put me on child support.
Creole
She might have said
Bay.
something in the video, but she didn't put me on child support. She helped put me on child support. She helped me put myself on child support.
Creole Bay.
You know what? Right to this day, Erica don't even want it. Just take care of your son. Just help me with your son. That's it. She squashed the whole case, bro.
Girl, pulling strings. Creole
Erica
Bay.
squashed
Girl.
the whole case. She said, just do right by your son. That's it. That's all I want. Is you to do right by your son. That's it. And that's what I told him on the phone. I said, she ain't the type that's gonna run downtown if you doing right by your son.
Girl, you gonna find yourself alone, sis.
I just don't agree with how she's saying that Erica's the one who started this stuff. When Erica didn't start the stuff, you stepped into this situation. Houston is too freaking big. Now, I know it's too late now. Got the tats all over your body and got a wedding date set or whatever, but she's not the one who started this stuff. There's 7 million people here in Texas. You could have got with any dude out here, but you purposely got with this woman because of what she said that I told her about your personal situation that caused her to break up.
So what he's saying is that Latoya is retaliating against Erica because Damien mentioned that on a couple of occasions while they've been together that Latoya got pregnant. And keep in mind, they were together but a minute. They were together a few months. Maybe it was 6 months. Maybe 6 months. And they got together enough times for him to say she can't keep a baby. Every baby ends up in the toilet. And so he made that crass comment to Erica. Erica repeated it. Latoya knew it was true because I guess it was true. And that she had gotten pregnant for Damien. So you want to talk about Erica with 3 baby dads. You would have had 3 baby dads too had you had a baby for Crier. Okay. That being said, at the end of the day, you were mad because Erica spoke on you about your fertility online and you were mad. And I get that. And rightfully so. I get it. But she has had a vendetta against Erica since then for that reason. That's what Damien's saying. So when Erica exposed Creolebea and Creolebea couldn't stand her anyway to get back at Erica, yes, she came for your man because she's cut from that cloth.
When is it gonna stop, man? Like, when is it gonna stop?
Girl, I'm glad I don't live in Houston.
But don't come on here making it look like
girl,
Erica
she might try to come for
like
mine.
Erica is just a liar and making stuff up. She's
Girl,
not.
Creolebea.
She's not making stuff up. She's not. I witnessed it. How can you sit there and say she's making it up when I'm the one witnessing the stuff that's happening?
It's the big payback over there, okay?
Just because you want 2 men fighting over you.
You
yes,
might
they are
want
gonna
two
cross
men
paths.
fighting over
They have a
you.
child by you, unfortunately. So they are going to see each other. So yes, two black men should not be around here looking over their shoulder because they're scared what the other baby daddy gonna do. That's how so many murders happen, honestly.
Why she brought that up,
addressed that
I
during,
don't
I'm
even
sorry, guys, I'm
know.
leaving stuff
I
out.
think that
During the phone
she's,
conversation, we did
I
address
think
some stuff.
Creolebea is
And which I
reaching
did
at
tell
that
Mr. M,
point. I
listen,
think
bro, I don't appreciate what I heard in the video, but I'm gonna try to get back to what I was saying. So yes, I did address the part about what he said in that audio where he said he seen a yellow Chevy or Camaro coming down the street and he had his trunk open, it was on blast and all that. So we did address that situation right there. But so I just want to just bring that to light, man. We did address a few things. Again, the phone call wasn't that long. It was a brief phone conversation, but I did communicate with both of them. So I don't agree with what she is saying right here in this video, because Erica clearly did not start the stuff. I mean, as sure as I am, she's gonna finish it. But the thing is, man, there's a baby involved, man, you know, and this is crazy to me. This is just insane to me. And for you to be a mom, man, you know the stuff that you was doing, the stuff that you were saying, there was stuff going on behind my back with you. I mean, you was together. You was in communication with this man while me and you were together. But while we were together, I remember laying back with you, watching some of their videos, and you was dogging the dude out. Like, the way he dressed and everything, I mean, you was just dogging the dude out, literally. So it's like, now it's okay to say that Erica is starting all this stuff when she's not the one. I mean, damn, she just went through a whole entire pregnancy without the dad even acknowledging anything, like nothing. You know, why I was there? Because I care for her. I love her to death. I mean, it's no secret. It's no secret. I mean, ain't that why me and you broke up? Because you felt like it wasn't just about, oh, you told him this and that. That was just an excuse. You was gonna leave anyway. You know I still had love for Erica. You still knew that. But to come on here and say Erica started all this stuff is not true. I was there through all of it. She didn't start the stuff. This stuff was going on. I mean, you guys was in communication already. Y'all was already communicating with each other. That's what I don't understand.
So yeah, I thought it was best for them to watch the beat. My baby's school clothes has already been bought. They got way more than I'm pretty sure yours got.
You see right there, man. You see right there.
What did that have to do with anything? I mean, Latoya, why do you feel like you still got to compare yourself to Erica? You're your own woman. Even if she had more than you or you have more than her, like the fact of that, like, and I'm going to just say this because a lot of times they do talk church and Christianity. At the end of the day, as a woman who wants to profess yourself to be, who have transcended a certain part of your life, for you to degrade or downgrade someone based on the fact that you think that your kids are more prepared for school and compare what a single mother who just had a baby for your fiance is doing with little to no help makes you really look shitty. You know what I'm saying? That is not really demonstrating a graceful type demeanor. You can be a whole stone cold bitch out here and still be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Still, girl, God is working on all of us, right? But what I'm saying is this: for you to try to score on Erica based on what she has going on at the household financially is really none of your business. Like, that was just a very low comment. And if she is on hard times financially, because she's over here taking care of this baby on her own, yeah, why don't you write her a check, sis? Why don't you write her a check? Like, that was just very, very rude and crass.
Man. Shots fired at Erica when it comes to the kid. That means the shots fired at me too. I feel like this right here. How you gonna sit there and say your kids got more than her kids got? You don't know the situation. You don't know the situation at all. Because on the phone, when I was talking to you before me and you and him got on the phone, me and you had a conversation. And I was saying, I was saying, so how's it going? Basically trying to, hey, hi. You was like, oh, dread the school shop and stuff. Dread, that came out of your own mouth. You said you dread doing this back to school shop and stuff. It came right out of your own mouth. I'm not gonna come on here and lie. So basically, I don't see how you can say that your kids got more than her kids. First of all, I'm in Dion's life, I'm in Cam's life, and I'm in the baby's life. You don't know what's going on or what we got going on over there or what her kids do and don't have. Erica
it just seems like she's just trying to throw salt in the game every chance she can get.
Go through all this crazy stuff, you know, on the internet, even putting up with my BS on the internet. I'm not gonna lie, she had to put up with shit from me too. Excuse my language, I'm trying to refrain from that. But it's like, for you to sit there and say that your kids got more than her kids, it's just wrong for you to even say something like that out your mouth. You a mother just like she a mother. You ain't no better than the next woman, man. You're not. You're just another woman. So I just feel like when you say that you sure that your kids got more than her kids got, I feel like that you trying to belittle me at the same time as a dad, and then you trying to belittle her as a mom when she's carrying your future, when she's caring for your future husband's child. That's what
Absolutely.
I don't understand, man. Like, come on, stop it. Stop
Right.
the nonsense.
That was really
Stop the
low.
nonsense here. Let's tell some truth. Me and you had a conversation before you and Mr. M jumped on the call. You're still doing sneaky stuff behind that man back. I'm sure that you probably want to tell him now, after this video comes out, if you haven't deleted the messages. I never deleted my messages in case I was ever called a liar. I never deleted none of my messages in case I was called a liar. Because one thing I'm not going to do is come on here and make up a lie. So this video is really disturbing to me, and it's really disappointing to me that I feel like, you know, you trying to down this mother's womanhood, this woman's motherhood for nothing. I think that this video right here should have never been made. She should have never made this video right here. Because the only person who should have made this video
a bad look.
was Mr. M. That's it. That's why I stayed out.
Okay, thank you. I mean, that is so true. Mucker, where are you? Where are you? I mean, who's the sucker here? Is it Latoya falling for the okie doke and going to her most immature ways and really putting herself out on Front Street to be seen as a sucker? Or Mucker, who actually is just sitting in the cut, just letting this woman cap for him? Like, maybe, you know, maybe Mucker wants a all glitz and glam, someone who's going to serve up the putty cat and just juice him dry, whatever little cash he's got. At the end of the day, Latoya's over there working overtime to become Mrs. Mucker. But at the end of the day, sis, your man has an outside baby of your relationship, and you're going to have to deal with Erica, period. And you have been exposed for being manipulative, conniving, running plays, and plotting, girl. Plotting, planning, conniving, and play running, sis.
Of it. That's why I stood down. That's the reason why a bunch of crazy stuff happened. I was like, listen, I'm gonna stand down, and let things happen. Whatever. That didn't mean that the love from me to her changed. It just means I want to stand down and let things play out to see how things is gonna unfold. You cannot get mad at this woman because she contacted this man's family about their sibling. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, guys, and I'm gonna just give you guys my overall opinion.
This one is locked and loaded. We are getting married. Once you allow my fiance to get the DNA test, and the courts go ahead and allow his son every other weekend, sorry, your child is going to be around me.
Well, I don't think that's true at all. I'm not allowed to say certain things legally, but that is absolutely not true whatsoever. Trust me, guys, when I tell you, there's things that's in play right now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I think like I'm not going to react to any more of this video. I'm going to give you guys my overall on this because people really want to know how I feel about certain things. The video, she should have just kept the video. Erica was recently made to look like a liar, you know, and she's not a liar. Everything that Erica said was absolutely true. Even though you guys heard a recording of her reaching out to Mr. M to have a conversation with him. You know, whatever happened during the conversation happened. But that just shows that she's trying to reach out to see what they're going to do about the baby. That's what the conversation was about. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about getting back together. Erica clearly showed that she was around the family. And her video, speaking of my ex, she put in her video later on down the line how Erica's reaching out to her in-laws and stuff like that, and her future husband's people, this and that. At the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. Don't ever forget that. Period. Blood is thicker than water. I learned that the long way. You may have the ring on your finger, but she has the blood running through, that baby has the blood running through his veins. That's the blood, honey, the blood. No marriage, no ceremony, count that right there, because that's family right there. So I feel like this, she's going to be around. If the baby's around the family, that mother probably is going to be around the family too, because she's going to monitor her baby. He just got here. Ain't nobody going to just drop their baby off and just let somebody take their baby regardless. A newborn baby, even when Dion was born, I wasn't really able to take Dion places like that because, you know, like he's a newborn baby. So the mom's don't want the baby around her. So I'm making this video because, first of all, Erica was made to look like a freaking damn liar on the internet. Yes, I told Erica that I talked to Mr. M and his woman. I talked to both of them. Me and Erica was at her house a couple of nights ago, and she made some tacos or something like that, and we were sitting down talking. And at first, I never told Erica nothing. I didn't tell her nothing. I never said a word because I'm thinking to myself, I just did an apology to her, told her how disgusted I felt about the video that I made about her. And now here I am telling her that I talked to these people. So I'm like, dang, she's gonna blow up. So I didn't want to. So she was making tacos a few nights back. And we were sitting down, you know, having dinner at her house at the dinner table. And thank you for cooking for me. I appreciate it because it was a very long drive out there. So we sit down eating, and she asked me a question. And you know what? I can't remember what the question was. We were talking about something. I can't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about something. And she asked me, had my ex been in contact with me? That's what it was. She said, has she been in contact with me or have I talked to her? At that moment, I put my head down like this and I said, you know what, man? I can't hide this from you. I can't hide it from you at all. I have to be honest with you because I don't want to sit there and lie and then later on down the line, it makes the situation just as worse and worse. And I put my head up and she looked at me. She was like, what? I said, I gotta tell you something. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I said, yes. I have had a conversation with her. And I guess at that time she lost her old appetite. And I told her, I was like, listen, I got a text message saying if I'm willing to have a sit down or, you know, like I'm gonna sit down with a phone conversation. And I said, yeah, but I'm not gonna have a conversation unless he's present on the conversation because I don't want to have a conversation behind his back. I told her that. And I told her, you know, what was said during the conversation about the apology, about squashing the beef, this and that. And then I think like a day or two went by and Erica asked me another question. She said, have you been talking to her prior to that? And I looked at her.
Yeah, because it's all starting
said,
to come together that this chick is really pulling the damn strings behind the scenes.
Knew about the conversation that me and her had. I said, but based on the conversation I had with them both, it seems like he wasn't privy to the conversation that me and her had one-on-one.
Period.
I said, yes, I did. And I told her straight up, yeah, we talked. And she had shared some things with me, you know, and, you know, it went from there, man. So, I did this video because I feel like, you know, I'm not going to sit there and let this woman look like the biggest liar who ever graced the presence of YouTube. And she did some things that some people didn't agree with. Yeah, sure, maybe. Have I did some things people didn't agree with? Yeah, sure, maybe. Yes, I have. But do I think that this woman deserves to be to sit here and be degraded like that, man? Talking about roaches and, you know, whatever was said in the video about roaches and all this other stuff, man. It's like, how can you sit there and then degrade another woman after all the stuff that you guys have put her through? So my thoughts on this, Erica didn't start any of this stuff, man. This stuff was started a long time ago when the communication was going on behind both of our backs. It was going on behind both of our backs. Erica didn't start this stuff at all, man. But as sure as I am today, she's probably going to finish it. I just feel like, you know, bad now, worse later. And it's going to get worse later. Because little man, he ain't going nowhere. And as far as that joke about the school clothes, Cam, Dion, and that baby is going to be just fine. Because they're not. We don't even know his name. They're not hurting for nothing at all. Nothing at all.
And that baby.
You know, a lot of subscribers, people around the world was real supportive, sending a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff. The stuff that we've got together, the stuff that we're going to get together. School is already taken care of. School was taken care of months ago before any of these videos even dropped. So I don't know where that even came from, but I just feel like this right here. Erica didn't lie about nothing that she said in any of those videos, guys. She didn't lie about anything. Everything she said was true. I told
girl, you looking real bad, sis.
And, you know, I couldn't expect Erica not to say nothing about what I told her because what I told her was, you know, basically, you know, I didn't want to hurt her feelings by meeting up with this man and, you know, doing videos like that. I also told her that I felt like if we did an apology over the phone.
See, Damien, the thing is, though, because they know that you love filming, they know you love content videos that are going to be bangers. They tried you, sir, to see if you would do that banger meetup to not only bring them the views, but also degrade Erica further. for that alone, Creolebea and Mucker are literally two pieces of shit. And I'm going to just say it. And that's my opinion. And you might not like it. You can comment down below if you want to defend those two. The fact that Mucker asked Crier not only for like, hey, let's squash the beef. That's good. That's good as two men who share a baby mother and have beef. That's perfect. But now you want to do a video and you know what the repercussions of the video would be. And thankfully, there was one adult in the room who happened to be this guy who said no and had the consideration of the mother. These two suckers right here, girl, thank goodness Mr. Crier was using his brain and realized, you know what? No. We're not finna to do that today. Okay, not today. I'm not gonna fall into this bullshit. Guys, if you want to see this video in its entirety, go ahead. It's posted. I think we've seen enough. And this is really a shame. And Latoya, honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is not a good look. You can try and throw as much puss at this man as you think you need to. That's not the keys to keeping a man, because it will keep them dazed. It will keep them confused. You can keep trying to distract. You can do all of those things, but that is not the way to keep a man in your life. Trust me. I'm telling you, as someone who is in a marriage, I think longer than your marriage was, what I can tell you is this: you're going to keep your husband by truth, loyalty, fidelity, and governing yourself accordingly as a decent woman. First, a good, great mother, as good as you can possibly do, and a loyal spouse and partner. If you are not loyal to the soil, girl, you have no chance of having a successful marriage. And I will see you guys next time. If you love commentary like this, you enjoy videos, go ahead, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Notifications are set so that you can be notified every single time I drop another video or go live.
Freaky, I can learn a lot from you, gotta come teach me. You a little hot girl, you a little sweet too. Sweet like Kelly, sweet like peace. I can tell you crazy, she crazy. Seen it on the plan, trying to see that shit. I know I get her, cause I like that. Lock it down, I can tell by how you seeing how you did, homeboy, so please take it. Good to have me on your side, I ain't saying that you this guy's trouble, but I ain't. Hey, no. Seeing how you did, homeboy, please take it easy on me. I don't wanna play no games, play no games. I don't wanna play no games, play no games.
Welcome to Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notifications so you can be notified every time I go live.